Hello, racquetball fans, and welcome back to the 2022 Boston Open. I'm Stuart Solomon. I'm joined in the booth by none other than Tony Prater. Tony, how's it going, bud?
I can't say enough great things about what's been happening this weekend. It's incredible. I feel good. These athletes have been awesome to watch. It's been exciting. I love racquetball. I love being at the Boston Open. How are you?
You know what? Coming off of that singles match?
Yeah.
Oh, what was that? That was amazing.
Still trying to catch my breath. It's good.
Some amazing athleticism from these women on the courts. It's been fantastic to watch, and it ain't over yet.
No, it's going to just keep amping up.
So it looks like in the service box, we have Paola Longoria and Samantha Salas. And in the backcourt, we have Holly Scott and Kalani Lawrence. It looks like we're looking for some line judges before the start of this. So we got Team Mexico versus Team USA in this. What do you think is going to happen during this match?
Yeah, I mean, that's a lot. It's tough to not think that, Longoria and Salas going into this have all the momentum, right? They're a strong team. They play well together, right? Just individually, they're great. So I see them coming out firing like we're used to them doing, right? I mean, Paola playing smart, hitting really great shots. Salas trying to kill every shot.
We'll turn it over to TJ.
Mexico, number 1 seed doubles team, Samantha Salas and Paola Longoria.
This packed house here at the Wayside Athletic Club in Marlborough, Mass. is really looking forward to some exciting action here.
Yeah, and if you weren't here early, you weren't getting a seat. I mean, it was the same for the singles finals and the doubles finals. No one has left.
All right, so Salas in the box. 0, serving 0. Drives Z to the right. Lawrence cuts it off. Scott off the back glass. Right up the gut. Skips it in. And Team Mexico on the scoreboard first. 1 serving 0. Drives Z to the right again. Lawrence goes cross court. Longoria off the back glass. Lawrence off the back glass goes cross. Oh! Catches the crack rollout on the left wall.
She did.
Side out.
It's tough to get that. Doesn't matter who you are. If that ball's rolling out, you're not really going to do anything with it.
Lawrence now into the box. 0 serving 1. I'm hoping Scott is wearing some steel-tip shoes out there because that was a rocket on the toe.
We've seen the partners get hit a lot this weekend, but they're usually always firmly planted in the service box. So of course that's just a second serve, right? For hitting your partner as long as you're not out of the box.
Stepping out of the box does what?
Well, that will give you a side out.
Oh, okay.
Or a half
or
out.
a half out. Drive from Scott is short and brings up second.
Love to see them coming out firing immediately. They're not trying to slowly work themselves into this match. She said, I'm going to come out with the drive serve.
Scott going to go to a drive Z on her second serve. This one comes down in the middle to the right side. Lawrence keeps it on the right. Salas goes cross. Scott with a flick of the wrist up high. Salas has a lot of court to shoot at. Goes right after Lawrence. Was right there, but hits such a great ball that it basically rolls out to her.
Yeah, even as far forward as she was playing in the court, she wasn't able to do anything with all that pace and the level that Salas had hit that ball at.
Salas in the box now, 1 serving 0 off the back glass. Oh, Lawrence not holding back from that. Salas right in front of her.
That definitely looked like a shot that she might have waited to come off the back wall as a setup. She said, no, I got you in the position I want. You're going to have to move to allow me to swing. I'm going to go ahead and take that directly out of the air and just put it away like she did.
So hand out here, Longoria into the box, 1 serving 0. Longoria, a little chip on the floor there. Able to get her racket on the ball. Scott crushes the front left corner with that.
Yeah, right. There's no one that comes out and plays, on the tour like this that you can set up off the back wall like that and not think that they're going to put the ball away.
Lawrence down to the box, 0 serving 1. Drive wraps around to go onto Salas' backhand. Skip ball. That's a smart shot there, right? Because Salas has got a very strong forehand. She's playing the forehand side. Kind of indicative that her backhand might be a little weaker. So with that little wraparound serve, it pushes onto Salas' backhand.
Exactly. And you might, call it a short wraparound, right? Because it's not wrapping all the way around, right, to allow her to turn around and take it with her forehand, right? She's backing herself up and being forced to take it with her backhand on the forehand side. So you're right. That's a really well-placed serve.
Scott in the box now, serving one. Second serve. Lob up the middle. Longoria off the back wall. Tries to put it in the left corner. Set up for Salas. This one's coming off the back glass. Oh! And we have our first appeal of the match.
Our referee, Carla Munoz, called that a penalty hitter. Salas didn't agree. She appealed it.
Lines agree with the call. Call stands. So it's now 2-1. And Scott skips the ball. Side out, and Salas now into the box. 1-2. Salas into the back glass. Lawrence cuts this one off. Now Longoria into the back glass. Scott's going to set up in the back court on the left side. Comes cross. It's going to wrap around for Longoria. It's going to go to the ceiling. Scott from the back. Going to bring it down from up top. Leaves up for Salas off the back glass. Lawrence gets her racket on this. Longoria thought it was 2. Confidently thought it was 2.
Yeah, I think Team Mexico thought it was 2. Their body language made it look like they thought the point's over, obviously, whereas the ref and the other team completely disagreed. But everybody kept playing through.
And that's why you got to play through until you hear that tap on the glass, right?
Yeah, until some sort of signal from the referee. What a great Z serve back there. There was no room for her to get behind that ball.
That hugged the back glass wall tight and put Salas into the box, 3-2. Drive Z. Oh, Scott out of nowhere takes that ball out of the air. Oh, Longoria with the skip.
That was a cutoff. I thought she just was stepping over to take good position for the return.
Oh, no,
instead,
she wanted that
she
ball.
swung at that ball. Yeah, she read that the whole time.
So Longoria is going to step off the court due to the broken string. This is not a timeout. It's just an equipment timeout to change the racket. She'll grab a new stick and pop back up on the court. Take a couple swings, warm those strings up. So far, early in this game, it's been some exciting firefight out there.
It has. And again, we've been seeing that all weekend. It's the level of play and aggression has really seemed to amp up, and everyone is just firing continuously. Right? They're taking them out of the air. They're taking every setup. Everything feels offensive.
Longoria into the box now, 2-2. Oh, that drive cracks out. Scott able to get a racket on it, though. This one wraps around for Lawrence on the right-hand side, brings it down the line. Oh, Salas tries to put that one away and just skips it in for the side out. God, everybody's just pushing the pace out there on the court.
It is.
Lawrence into the box now, 2-2. Off the back glass goes Salas. Scott thinks about cutting it off, leaves it for Lawrence, who was able to rip, and put it into the front left corner.
Right, and that's another one of the benefits you get from that, from playing so aggressively all the time and cutting so many of those off. That sometimes when you make that move like you're going to cut it off, your opponents are moving to give you that shot. Now they're caught in a weird in-between position, and you're leaving it for your partner.
Yes.
You've moved them effectively, the team, without taking a shot. So great play.
And that rally was fantastic because it was a nice jam serve on Salas. And it forced Salas into a difficult return, a defensive return, and Scott able to just put it away. Discussion about the score there.
I think she was trying to appeal the score.
Lawrence into the box, 4-2. This one's going to be a drive Z. Catch all 4 walls, bring up second. Lob Z to the right. Salas tries to fight off the back glass. Really well-placed lob Z. No room for Salas to get a racket on that one.
No. And she'd already committed again to being aggressive, that very few of them are deciding to take it into the back wall.
Another jam into Salas. Fights it off with her backhand. Scott in the front right corner. Oh, a lunging try from Lawrence there. Comes up short.
Looked like she had that. It's like a jab step where you throw that foot out and you're getting your racket on. You're putting yourself in a good base, a good strong base to be able to swing through. Even though it doesn't look like the traditional, this is how I'm set up swinging. It's a very stable position, but she missed it a little bit.
Oh,
wow.
Longoria says, I've got a left corner to hit too.
Yeah, on the move, right? Without planted, but she knew what she was doing. She's made that shot thousands of times.
Salas now into the box, 2 serving 5. Drive Z. Comes up 3-walled. We'll bring up second serve. Lob Z. Scott's going to take this one. Watching the encouragement line, she's going to take this one too. Scott pushing the pace here.
Again, another great cutoff. You could see that Salas looked like she was checking Lawrence. And I don't know if she saw Scott until the very last second to get out of her way. But again, great aggressive play from that team.
Longoria drive to the left is short and bring up second. Little half lob to the left. Scott cuts this one off, goes cross court to Salas. Everyone attacking the corners here. Scott from the back off the glass, brings down the right-hand side. Salas able to get a racket on it. Hand up. This one's just going to be a replay. Scott okay with that call. Think she would have taken the penalty hinder if it was given,
Yeah,
but was okay with the replay.
She wasn't going to argue against it, but you're right. She's just focused on the rally. She's not even really concerned about the ref at this point, which sometimes you'll find players get into it. They're too focused on the ref and the call they're making. So even if you disagree with it, just stay focused on the court. Nothing you can do about it.
Slap half lob to the left. Lawrence on the right-hand side. Oh!
Wow. She got really low, right, to hit that. She was in a deep
Longoria
squat
Salas.
position.
Longoria Salas do not believe that that was a good ball. Peeling the good ball here. True disagrees. Line judges call that one a skip. Well, sorry, they call it not a good ball.
Yes.
The appeal was a good ball, and they disagreed. So now Longoria into the box 3, serving 5. Drive to the left is, oh, I thought that was short.
Yeah, that looked like a short
call
serve
made.
there. But
Right-hand side, Lawrence now. Longoria flicks it up. Lawrence cuts this one off. Big setup. Scott into the front court now. Lawrence to the back. Scott going to handle this into the front right. Longoria on a defensive shot. Scott really pushing. Leaves it. Oh, boy. Ball being peppered out there. Salas calls Longoria off. Lawrence brings it down from up top. Oh.
you can hear the crowd really appreciative of the level of play there. I mean, that was real exciting, great rally.
I'm not even sure what's going on. That was just a firefight.
These players playing close to each other, but also giving enough room for the shots. Just a lot of quick shots, a lot of re-kills, attempts. Unfortunately, left a couple of them up. Once again, we see the partner being hit during the serve there.
It looked like it caught a racket.
It did.
Looks like a half lob Z to the right. Salas sets up off the back wall, comes cross court with it. Scott into the back. Longoria, this was tight on the wall, but enough room for Longoria to get to it. And this one comes around again. Longoria with a lot of room to shoot. Oh, just skips it in.
6-3.
Lawrence in the box now, 6, serving 3. Drive, wrap around, really forcing it onto that jam into Salas. Oh, Salas with authority into the front left corner.
With that forehand. So you can see why they're definitely trying to attack her backhand, as mentioned. But they're doing a great job on that serve. But that was an incredible shot from Salas.
Longoria into the ceiling now. Scott's going to wait off the back glass. Comes cross with it into the front right corner. Set up for Lawrence. Longoria flicks this one too. Scott just trying to get lower and lower, but this one just a bit too low.
Right, and those are really great defensive shots there, kind of from Longoria at the same time. She kept moving her opponent very deep back in the court, almost like a Z serve, right? Because it was hitting this third wall back here and coming parallel to the back wall. So really good, smart defensive shots until she could get into a good position, which she didn't need because eventually she forced her opponent to skip the ball.
Oh, there's that power forehand from Salas. Just skips in. Just skips in. Wraps around. Salas from the back. Lawrence into the ceiling. Scott and Lawrence switching sides now. Scott diving get. Longoria goes back after while she's down. Lawrence able to get to this one. Into the ceiling it goes. Lawrence going to set up Longoria in the middle of the court. Brings the left-hand side. Lawrence into the ceiling. Longoria now into the ceiling. Lawrence going to bring this down. Stays up. Salas with the backhand says, I do have a backhand. Don't forget it.
Just because my forehand's so incredible doesn't mean that I don't have a really great backhand.
Longoria now into the box, 4, serving 6. Longoria just short, brings up second. Goes with the half lob to the left. Scott cuts it off. Longoria goes cross. Comes off the right side wall. Scott goes up. Salas goes up. Lawrence going to go around the world. Salas off the back glass. Comes cross, wraps around to Lawrence on the right side. Tries the left corner. Salas trying to put it away. Longoria with the hand up. Looking for the replay. Longoria into the box now, 4, serving 6. Drive to the left. Scott, unable to fight that off. I couldn't tell. I had a line judge in front of me. Did it take a funny bounce off that side wall?
No, it was just where she needed to hit it. It was so incredibly close to the wall. It was more like she was saving her racket. Like she didn't scrape the wall and just kind of mishit it. It was like she left it short, her swing short, to prevent from breaking her racket, and that caused her to miss the ball.
That drive looked short. We have another appeal here. Appealing the serve was good. Line judges disagree with the call. Short serve called. Second serve here. Half lob to the left. Scott backs up off the back glass. Poke to the front wall. Longoria goes wrapping around. Both players unable to connect on it.
And that's a good slight adjustment you made with what happened with the line judges there. But we have to remember, right, you're agreeing or disagreeing with the ref's call. Right? You're not agreeing or disagreeing with the player.
And we're all tied up here. Longoria in the box, 6, serving 6. Drive is good. Lawrence trying to take that swing. Back. The backswing was impeded a little bit. Just going to get a replay out of it.
You are, right? It's tough when you're playing close, right, and you're playing fast. Right? The referee has to make split-second decisions. At any point, though, it's really nice to see that the player's focusing on safety either way while not trying to force the referee to make a call. So good safe play from her.
Lawrence coming up short on that one. So Longoria into the box, 7, serving 6. Drive the left, short. Bring up second. Half lob to the left, next off the side wall. Scott puts it into the front left. It was a great shot from Scott there.
It really was. flat
A
into the
timeout
front
is
wall.
called. Players will take a break, so we will be right back to the 2022 Boston Open. All right, welcome back to the 2022 Boston Open here at the Wayside Athletic Club in Marlborough, Massachusetts. As time is about to resume, just want to give a big shout out to String Theory, the presenting sponsor, and just happens to be Tony Prater here in the booth with us. Thank you, Tony, for the support of this event.
I mean, you do an awful lot of work to get these things together. So I'm just happy that I could help be part of it to bring these incredible athletes out here, year after year as we try to do. This is the second time we've had it here at Wayside. Obviously, COVID put a little bit of pause for a little while, but it's great to just be able to support these athletes in this tour any way we can. So thanks for having us, Stuart. Absolutely.
Scott tries to wrap this one around. Longoria wraps it around. It's like a wrap for a wrap. Longoria into this. Scott into this. Lawrence goes to the cross. Oh, some incidental maybe. Oh. Hand out.
She's going to be thinking about that. She was like, look, you just didn't give it to me when I hit her during my backswing, and now you're going to give that incidental contact. So hopefully they can put that out of their mind real quick. You hate for it to cost you 4 or 5 points because you're still thinking about something else that happened earlier.
Scott able to get that racket on and puts it in the ceiling, but sets up Longoria, who puts it in the front right corner. Lawrence not able to get a racket on it. Side out and Salas into the box, 7 serving 6. Oh, boy.
Again, she is jumping on that serve very aggressively.
I mean, that was exciting.
It was.
We got 8 serving 6 here. See if Salas sticks with the drive Z. She does. Scott does not cut this one off. This one wraps around Scott from the back middle. Salas goes down again to keep it alive. That one called 2. So now Longoria steps in, 8 serving 6. Drive cracks. Oh. Scott walking forward, hoping maybe there was going to be a penalty hinder called.
But yeah, that was clearly one of those where Longoria was out of the way and the ball just cracked out, and she was really far in front of herself trying to reach the racket to get it, which is what caused it to go so sharply across court. So I don't think anyone's going to give you that call ever.
Well, what's the difference between a penalty and just a replay hitter?
Yeah, right. So we all have responsibilities, right, to kind of try to play safely, right, in the game. So in general, we elevate something from a replay hinder to a penalty hinder if, one, the player did something they didn't need to do or failed to do something they could have done. That's really the decision matrix you go through. Because when you look at those two sections, you will notice that there's a lot of overlap between the replay and the penalty hinder section. And in the replay section, a lot of those have a statement in each one of those that says, hey, this could also be a penalty hinder. So knowing those two conditions helps you decide if you should elevate it or not.
All right, 2 quick points here, and Longoria is in the box, 10 serving 6. Cross court here. Salas waits for the back wall. Lawrence does not. Salas off the back wall again. Wraps around. Scott with the miss, but Lawrence able to get it into the ceiling. Salas tracking the ball to the back court. Says, I got this. I'm going to put this away into the front right corner.
I'm really done with this rally right now. Let's get to the next point.
Longoria steps in, 11 serving 6. Or is it, was that a handout?
No, it was.
Oh, okay.
It was 11s.
Oh, I don't know where I'm at. It's been a long weekend, Tony.
Right?
Forgive me.
You've been very busy.
I'm back.
Late
I'm
nights, a lot of action, a lot of things going on, a lot of players, a lot of moving parts.
Lots of and a lot of sort of exciting racquetball action to watch.
That's true.
Well worth it. Lawrence in the box, 6 serving 11. Lawrence Scott trying to get back into this. Don't want Salas and Longoria to get too big of a lead if they want to stay in this game. Longoria takes a little bit off of that, but doesn't get it low enough. Kalani able to just grip, rip, and put that ball into the front right corner.
She was. And that
Lawrence getting that point.
Seems to be her just standard.
7 serving 11.
Right, like I'm going to grip it and rip it. So
this one wraps around. Salas goes down from up top. Oh, look what I found.
Wow.
Little flick.
Yeah, when it first left, I don't even think she was sure it was going to make it all the way. But it had enough forward spin on it that when it hit the sidewall, it kind of propelled forward, you know, instead of just bouncing off of it. And I think that kind of helped kick it forward a little bit. Quick hands.
8 serving 6. This wraps around to Salas' forehand. Just behind that ball, she skips it in. And just like I said, Lawrence and Scott need to keep this close if they want to stay in this game. And here they are, 9 serving 11.
So they must be listening to the broadcast. So it's a good move on their part. Lots of good advice.
This one out to Salas' backhand as before. Longoria off the back, tries to get it past Scott. Does not. This is a big setup here. Lawrence with her hand up.
Because, and I was going to say it, I was waiting for it to finish developing. It almost looked like the ball kind of hit Salas as it came back after she hit it on the front wall. You know, so she swung so fast that it left her racket, hit the front wall, and then hit her racket on her follow-through, kind of back through. But I guess that's what she saw too. But no one else agreed, so I guess we were wrong.
So players will take a break, so we will be right back for some more exciting racquetball action at the 2022 Boston Open.
I'm Carla Munoz and I play with passion.
I play to be a role model for the kids.
I play for the adrenaline.
I play for the love of the game.
All right, racquetball fans, welcome back to the 2022 Boston Open here at Wayside Athletic Club in Marlborough, Mass. We got some cheers for the Boston Open in Wayside.
I know.
Some locals here enjoying it. You know, and we continue through the sponsors that we have up here. We have Messina Technology Solutions, Josh Messina, and Performance Chemicals, Mike Courier, both recurring sponsors here for the Boston Open and New England events in general. And Mike Courier actually doing a lot of national coverage and national support of racquetball, and it's really good to see.
It is. Both of them, like you said, just recurring. So they put a lot of time and energy, and they help us bring, again, these athletes to the areas. Like you said, Mike going around, traveling throughout the country and, you know, raising the interest and the excitement for these sports. So it's always great to see them get involved as sponsors year after year.
Interesting jam serve there onto Salas, jam serve attempt. Longoria not taking any chances, goes with the forehand. But then the ensuing shot, Lawrence able to put the ball away and into the box, 11 serving 11. This one wraps all the way around to Salas' forehand.
Wow.
Says, you want to keep that on my backhand. Don't feed the beast.
Right, and that was right at her shoulder height that she was able to crush that ball down into the front wall.
Bring up second serve. Drives to the left. Comes out for Longoria. Able to get a racket on Beasley. Scott at back glass, not able to get it to the front wall. Side out. Salas into the box now, 11 serving 11. drives to the right sideline, cuts it off before the sidewall. Longoria into the ceiling. Scott's going to set up back left. Bring it down the left side. Longoria to get a racket on, wraps it around. Scott now from the back right. Tries on the right side. Salas has an answer for that one. Salas goes put this one away. Unable to get the hand out.
And we have seen her make that shot a lot, right? But it can't be overstated that it is a difficult shot. She's moving backwards away from the ball while also trying to gauge its distance for her usual swing motion. So that is a tough shot, and equally a tough shot. Right?
Oh my goodness!
We see from Scott.
That was a great serve. Scott able to just get a racket on it, and the ball just made it to the front wall and just died.
Died up there.
Lawrence with a drive to the right at 11-11. Lawrence from the back wraps it around. Salas is going to take it off the back glass. Keeps it on the right hand side, leaves it up for Lawrence. Tight on that wall. Lawrence wishing that wall was out a little further, wishing this was a 20.5-inch court.
And she didn't have as much concern for her racket as we saw Scott have earlier. Same result, but now one of the rackets took a little bit of abuse.
A little double serve there on Salas. Scott going after her.
Wow.
Big setup for Scott. She makes no mistake.
She turned on assassin mode, sniper mode, because she shot that right in there. Like, that was incredible. Like, there was no room. It was right at the corner.
Backhand drive from Scott. Longoria into the ceiling. Scott will wrap this one around. Sets up Longoria middle court. Tries to go down the left-hand side. Whoa, sandwich there. Lawrence sandwich. A penalty hinder called.
Yeah, our ref calling unavoidable. But we know she meant penalty hinder. All the players switched appropriately.
Side out and Salas into the box. 11 serving 12. Scott gonna cut this. Oh, didn't look like she missed her by much.
No. Again, it changes the pace quickly.
Oh, so like immediately.
It's like you're used to the rhythm of that kind of serve. You know, it's coming across the court. The player back there is going to wait on it to see if they should cut it off or hit it into the back wall. And instead, all of a sudden, she's attacking, right? And then the ball's in the front court really fast, and every player's reacting. So.
Fully interrupting the rally.
Yes.
12 serving 10. 12 serving 12. Lawrence into the back glass. Longoria off the back glass. Comes, wraps it around. Scott behind the back. Flicks to the front. Salas attacking after Lawrence. Able to fight it off. Salas again. This one's going to come off the back glass for Scott. Oh! Takes a funny bounce off the glass. Quit hinder being appealed here.
There's a grate that runs along the back wall of these courts. You know, there's about 8 inches tall. Sometimes it does impact the bounce of the ball.
Yeah, I think that ball was pretty high. I don't know if maybe off a seam or something, but.
Yeah, I was wondering, because I thought it bounced pretty high too. I didn't think that grate was in play this time.
Salas with a big skip. Little conference between Longoria and Salas as Longoria steps into the box. 13 serving 12.
Yeah, probably telling her not to skip it anymore. That's probably the advice. Hey, we're going to try to hit these well.
I think the conference was a double serve to Lawrence.
Oh. Makes sense, too.
The big setup for Scott on the back here. Has to shuffle back to get to it. Longoria, a lot of room to shoot at. Lawrence with a lunging get. Longoria trying the left-hand side. Scott got that one. This one's wrapping around to Lawrence. Longoria gets to that one. Scott now from the middle. Tries the left corner. Salas all over it. Punishes it into the front left corner.
That was just an interesting example of how every player was reading every other player appropriately. They were getting out of the way appropriately, and then they were also retrieving the balls appropriately.
Timeout is called. Players will take a break, so will we. We'll come back for game point action here in Game 1 at the 2022 Boston Open.
You want to stand here. This way, if your opponent's over here, you can hit it away from them all the way over there, down the line. If they're all the way back here, hit it way up close up there. Wait a minute. We're definitely not going to do it this way.
All right, racquetball fans, welcome back to the 2022 Boston Open. We have our first game point opportunity here for Longoria Salas. This one wraps around Lawrence on the right-hand side. Salas fights this off. Lawrence again for the right-hand side. Going to try to come down the right side again. Replay called. Scott wasn't sure what the final call was going to be. Carla lets her know that it's just a replay.
She just tapped on the glass. She's like, okay, what are you calling? We stopped.
Oh!
That's her disagreeing with that previous call.
I mean, it's a really tough serve, but it's a jam serve that's coming in her. She hasn't seen it all game. I think that was the first time she saw that jam. This one's going to go up to the gut. Scott with a late call for Lawrence to take it. Both players recovering well from that. Scott now on the right-hand side, tight against that wall, goes cross court. Longoria chases down the back wall. Lawrence now on the left-hand side. Longoria into the ceiling. Scott and Lawrence have switched sides. Salas into the ceiling now. Both Scott and Lawrence on the same side now. Good thing Scott puts that away because Longoria had the full left side to shoot at there.
He did, just out of reach for Longoria. But you're right, they did recover well. They had a slight miscommunication earlier that almost cost them that point. They were able to keep it alive and in the point and then become the aggressors.
So Lawrence Scott save first point opportunity, first game point opportunity. Now we're in the box, 12 serving 14. This one wraps around Salas' forehand. Lawrence goes cross court. Longoria off the back glass. Oh, skips it in. This one's tight. This is 13 serving 14 in game one, Tony.
I mean, and we had thought that Longoria and Salas were starting to put a little distance early on when it was 6-3 and then kind of creeping away from them, but
oh, broken string.
Lawrence and Scott said not so fast, and they've hung in there. And now they're applying pressure.
I'm wondering if that racket was strung by one of the top 10 New England racquetball stringers.
I'm not sure. I wasn't paying attention to keeping track directly. Having spoken with him, though, Norm Escobar, I did see that he said he's been very busy. So people have been taking advantage of the stringing services that we've made available here in this tournament.
No, when you don't see the stringer on the floor of the gym
ever
throughout the tournament,
yeah,
you know he's busy on the stringing machine.
Yeah, the poor person, you're like, oh, did you watch any matches? And they're like, absolutely not. I've been so busy this entire time. But, you know, it's a great service. He's doing a good job, so thank you.
All right, Scott's got a new stick, ready to serve 13 serving 14. Drive wraps around, Salas on the right side. Lawrence tries to keep it on that left side. Oh, some pushing and shoving, some boxing out in the middle of the court there. All the players moving together.
Yeah, it came awkwardly through her body there as it kind of cracked from that side wall. She wasn't able to flick it at all.
Salas now with a half lob to the right. A second game point opportunity. This one comes off the back glass for Longoria. Oh, diving try from Scott. Not able to get to it. Longoria Salas takes game one, 15-13. Players will take a break, so we will be right back for some exciting racquetball action. Game two here at the 2022 Boston Open.
I feel like the racket belongs to my hand. It's just something natural, I think.
Not affecting her. She's doing such a great job.
Reaching your dream foundation helped me a lot to get to other places and other tournaments and get more experience.
All right, racquetball fans, welcome back to the 2022 Boston Open. Ahead of Game 2 starting here, I just want to keep thanking some sponsors. Pelvic Floor Diagnostics, Rich Barrett, first-time sponsor of Boston events here. Really had a great time at his first sponsor doubles. It seemed like all the sponsors had a good time. Tony, what were your thoughts of sponsor dubs?
Yeah, I mean, anytime you can get on the court with these incredible athletes and racquetball players, it's always fun, right? And they're always so welcoming and giving of their time and, you know, their energy. So I had a great time. I got to play with actually two separate ones. So yeah, so that was exciting. I don't know if that's a thing with me that they didn't want to play with me or what, but
I think you're just such a huge personality that it takes two different pros to handle it.
I can see that. So yes, we had a good time with them. But yeah, it was good to see Rich wanting to be. Wow. That's one of those, like, she's running backwards, kind of fade away shots that she's able to put away up there. What an incredible shot.
And got some really nasty spin off of that one, too.
She did. But it's a testament, again, to these pros and to the events that tournament directors like you put on that inspires the people that come out to these things to say, you know, I want to be part of this, too. So thanks, Rich. And, you know, again, thanks, Stuart, for helping us get to this point that people want to give to all these wonderful causes and events.
Oh, Longoria down from up top. Lawrence in disbelief. Side out. We got a lob to the right. Lawrence steps to this one. Longoria from the middle of the court. Tries left sides. Checks up for Lawrence. Lawrence down the right-hand side, wraps it around Salas' forehand. Oh, swing and a miss.
Wow, that's a big swing, too. You got to be careful missing like that. We all have been there, and we know that feels a little weird on your shoulder and arm sometimes when you don't make contact with the ball when you're trying to swing so hard at it.
Longoria now 0 serving 1. Salas on the back line. Tries to rip this around. Lawrence able to get to it. Longoria into the ceiling. Lawrence returns the favor with a wraparound. Salas sets up, goes cross court. Scott poke to the front wall. Scott goes cross court. Oh, Salas reads that one. Oh. A great read from Salas on that corner pinch.
I'm pretty sure Lawrence thought that was down, all right? And Salas came from nowhere to keep it in play. What a great read.
We got 1 serving 1 here. Oh, Salas with a skip. One serving 1. Another jam to Salas' backhand. Scott goes to the ceiling, tough on that side wall. Salas with a lot of room to shoot. Lawrence able to keep it alive. Scott goes cross, tries to get past Salas, does not, goes to the ceiling. Back wall set up for Lawrence. Goes cross. Longoria off the back wall. Lawrence cuts this one off. Longoria into the ceiling. Scott wrapping it around. Longoria into the ceiling. Cross court. Scott. Return cross court from Salas. Great rally going on here. Good mix of offense and defense. Longoria just sets this one. Oh, Scott didn't realize she was going after that one. Oh! Works out in her favor.
Yeah, a little miscommunication between the team of Lawrence and Scott again, but it didn't hurt them again. That's the second time we've seen that.
Scott into the box now, 2 serving 1. Lawrence with the second serve. Half flop to the right. Lawrence, Salas sets up for it. Oh, Lawrence in the front court. Longoria able to go to the ceiling. Scott now travels to the back. Oh, nice front right corner put away.
Yeah, just, again, down low. Ball's not coming up. Great shot.
Lawrence in the box now, 3 serving 1. Up the gut. Longoria keeps it high. Lawrence on the right-hand side. Tries to put it away. Salas able to get a racket on. Oh, Scott with the aggressive try.
Yeah. Quick she had time to get there. I guess her timing was just off, just enough to skip that one.
Scott into the box now. 3 serving 1. Lawrence tries for that front right corner. Stays up a little bit. Both players going after it. Lawrence tries to pass. Salas gets a racket on it, but not enough. Scott in the box. 4 serving 1.
Ace serve. Is it cracked out over there for her?
5 serving 1. Players will take a break, so we will be right back to the 2022 Boston Open. All right, welcome back to the 2022 Boston Open Wayside Athletic Club in Marlborough, Mass. Yep, that's the Boston Open in Marlborough, Mass.
The term Boston Open is actually just going to be generically referred to as a great LPRT event we seem to put on here in New England, because it has moved around a lot, right? We started actually in downtown Boston at the Boston Athletic Club, and then we moved to what the locals up here call Peabody, which is spelled Peabody for those of you that don't live up here. And we had some good events there, and then we put one on here in 2020, and then this was the last event we did, right, as COVID was kind of taking over the world's attention. And then here we are back again. But we still call it Boston.
It's kind of just a regional thing. Like the New England Patriots are out of Foxborough, but yeah. New England Patriots, Boston Red Sox are the team for just about everybody around the New England region.
I hear you.
I think New England Patriots is possibly Longoria's favorite football team.
Who is it? That's interesting, I guess. What a great
American
rally.
football team. Just clarify. American football.
Oh, that's, yeah, good thing you backed that up. Yeah, another great rally. Just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And doubles can be very hectic, very frenetic, you know, pace and organization of what's happening here. Oh, she skipped that serve. It definitely bounced way up.
Yeah,
no disagreement from her.
Originally, it sounded like it was a broken ball,
yeah,
but
that was weird.
You know, definitely a skip.
So, but when you watch high-level doubles, like, it's incredible. There's this ebb and flow between the players as they understand how to move in and out of aggressive positions and to not be in the way when the other team is trying to take shots. And that's what we're seeing here, right? It's just wonderful to witness.
Longoria off the back glass. Goes right after that front left corner for a winner.
What a great shot from a great player.
Salas into the box, 2 serving 6. Drive Z to the right. Lawrence off the back glass. Salas into the back glass. Cross court. Longoria into the ceiling. Scott from the back, off the back glass. Salas fights it off. Lawrence fights it off. Longoria resets things into the ceiling. Scott rips, puts it away into the front right corner.
Great pinch in that front right side, just like you said. Wonderful shot. Big shot, Scott. That's what we start calling her.
Nice. Longoria now in the box, 2 serving 6. Scott into the ceiling. Salas from the back. Goes to the ceiling as well. Lawrence decides to return the ceiling ball. Salas says, I'm done with the ceiling. Goes cross court. Scott trying to put it away. Longoria with an answer every time. Lawrence just working it lower and lower and lower until it was not returnable.
Yeah, low shot Lawrence. We got a ball going on here today. So that was a great shot, though. Another pinch in that front corner there. Irretrievable.
Good thing Scott had the racket right where it was. I think that was going right for her head.
It definitely would have been. Protective glasses would have gotten a workout there if her racket hadn't have been there.
Kalani with second serve. Little lob to the right. Lob Z. This one checks out for Longoria in the middle of the court. She says, I got this.
What an incredible shot. And she just made it look routine. She hit it from her shoulder.
Just like a regular shot she does every day.
What do you need me to do? I need you to roll this out. Okay.
This one is just Salas' backhand. Scott, tries to fight it off just a little behind that ball, skips it in.
It is, and that serve's still working, like we said. It's coming up in the middle, so she's having to take it with her backhand on the forehand side. So again, that's a good place to put it. You're not asking Longoria to hit anything, which she hits everything well, and you're not going into the super strength of Salas by having her wrap around into her forehand. So it's a good serve strategy for this team.
A nice return from Lawrence there to bring up a handout. Longoria with a half lob to the left. Scott sets up for a cross-court shot. Salas on the back glass. She goes cross. Scott with a lunging get. Down the right-hand side. Scott all over that one. Scott and Lawrence switching sides now. Scott fights this off with her backhand. Longoria for the back left. She's going to go to the ceiling. Keep Scott on the right-hand side. Oh, Longoria was all over that.
Man. I think she said Pac-Man's on the court.
Oh,
that's a broken ball. And
new ball on the court, please.
Right, and Longoria knew that because she's like, there's no reason I shouldn't have gotten that. There must be something wrong with this ball. It's defective. Yeah. It's not my game.
I think Lawrence was trying to play it off. I think it's fine.
Yeah,
this is Scott. Scott gives it a little squeeze. Pac-Man ensues.
Yeah. Gotta be on the same page. You're gonna play something like that. Like, your partner's gotta play it. No.
So due to that broken ball, we'll replay that point. 2 serving 6. Longoria with a hook to the left. Scott powers it down left hand on the side. Longoria defensively. Oh, Scott! Rips, put that one away. Side out, 6 serving 2. Into Salas' backhand. It goes. She tries to fight it off, skips it in.
Right, and those frustrate you, right? Because you're like, look, I'm trying to be responsible. I'm gonna go to the ceiling. I'm gonna reset this rally, and then when you miss that, you're like, I missed the whole front wall.
Like you're big wall.
Right, you're not diving. You're not chasing it. You're like, what is happening? So those are frustrating when you miss those ceiling balls like that.
You just got to shake it off and get right back into the box.
And she's definitely done that. I don't know if I would be the same. Like thinking about it, like, why did I miss that one?
Big setup here for Longoria on the left-hand side, tight to the wall. She's able to put that one away. Lawrence not able to get a racket on in time.
She was there, though. She wanted to let her know, I am here. So you better keep hitting these incredibly well, because any slight change, an inch up, and I'm going to get it.
7-2 drive to the right, or drive to the left. Scott sets up in the backcourt, goes across to Salas. Scott again has a hole left side of the shootout, leaves it up high. Longoria, a lot of room to shoot out again. Scott diving, not able to get to it.
She was not able to capitalize. She had about 3/4 of the court to get to. Not only did it hit the sidewall and kick out for it, but she also hit it really high.
Salas stepping into the box, 2 serving 7. Lob to the right now, kicks off the side wall. Lawrence trying to keep it on that same side. Lawrence decides to switch to a cross to the left. Scott off the back glass, keeps on the left. Longoria goes cross, Lawrence goes cross, wraps around. Oh, this is a great rally going here. Reset from Lawrence. Longoria trying to bring it down from up top. Oh! What a shot from Lawrence.
Yeah. And again, we've moved in this era where people aren't just keeping the ball alive. Like, everything is an aggressive shot. And that's good. Just push that pace, push that intensity.
Longoria with a lob nick to the left. Kicks off the back wall. Scott tries to go into that left corner. Salas able to get a racket on her. Oh, this one was supposed to be around the world. Checks up in front of the court. Salas tries to put it away. Scott on it. Longoria into the ceiling now. Scott off the back glass. Wraps around Salas. Winner from Salas and Longoria into the box. 3 serving 7. Lob to the left, nicks off the side wall. Scott wrapping it around the world. Longoria fixes the glasses, grips the racket, puts the ball away in the front left corner.
She does that so often that it almost appears to be part of her swing mechanics. Like she pushes the glasses back and then she calmly takes her swing.
Yeah, I was saying something in her singles match that I feel like there's a 90% success rate for her when she adjusts her glasses before she swings.
That's a next level stat someone's going to have to track down somewhere. I need you to go back through, I don't know, 15 years worth of matches. Let us know what that is.
Lawrence in the box, 7 serving 4. Drive. Right to Salas back in again, sticking with that strategy. Longoria says, that's fine. I'll just put it away myself on this side. Hand out and Scott's into the box, 7, serving 4. Scott lets it go through her legs, flicks it to the front wall. Salas sets up, puts the ball away. Ball is called skip. Scott's in the box now, 8 serving 4. I mean, that was pretty darn close to between good and skip.
As most of their shots are. Right, so.
They don't miss by much. No. This one checks up for Salas. Make no mistake about this one. This one's going to be good.
Now you're going to make me move this front wall by hitting this so hard. So, great shot from Salas.
Salas now into the box, 4 serving 8. Scott positions herself for a cutoff. She does, brings over Longoria on the left. Scott stays there, goes to the ceiling, drives Salas back to the right corner. Skips that one in. Longoria, hand out. Steps into the box, 4 serving 8. Scott into the ceiling. Salas off the back glass. Tries to bring it across, skips it in. Longoria giving her words of encouragement. That's okay. Keep swinging.
Yeah, absolutely. I know it seems like they clustered together there. All of a sudden we got 3 kind of skips out of Salas recently, but I'm sure she's going to shake that off and continue to just pound that ball.
Lawrence into the box now. 8 serving 4. C serve to the right. Salas fights it off. Back wall set up for Lawrence. Able to put the ball away. Lawrence and Scott starting to put some distance between them and Longoria, Salas.
Looks like they built on that momentum they had as they ended game 1, right? They did. They ended very strong, even though they weren't able to close it out. And it just seems to roll into game 2 here.
Cut down the right-hand side. I think it's the first drive serve directly to her forehand that I've seen. Longoria trying to get to that ball. And, you know, it was incidental contact. She, you know, there wasn't a lot of chance to get out of the way. She was just trying to make the move to get up to the front court.
That's another one of the key elements, right? Is you need to be making a move towards the ball. Right, to show that you've read it effectively and you were actually going to try to go get it, right?
We have replay after replay here. Lawrence, drive, wraps around, Longoria, Salas into the ceiling. Now Longoria off the back glass. Goes up for Lawrence. This one wraps around. Salas trying to track it down, cannot. Timeout is called. Score is 10, serving 4. Players will take a break, so we will be right back for some exciting racquetball action. The 2022 Boston Open. All right, racquetball fans, welcome back to the 2022 Boston Open here at the Wayside Athletic Club in Marlborough, Massachusetts. Now, going down the list of sponsors here, another sponsor for this event was Cliff Swain, who helped provide some awesome prizes for a raffle for entrance. So we had a weekly drawing to encourage people to sign up early and often, because you know how us racquetball players are. We're going to wait until the last minute to sign up for a tournament. And nothing frustrates a tournament director more than players that wait until the last minute. So in an effort to try to get people to sign up sooner, Cliff offered up some lessons, some rackets, some shirts, and it really helped encourage us to get to this number of 97 players at the Boston Open this year as early as we did.
Yeah, right. 100 players, 4 courts. It's been a lot of racquetball, a lot of action. Cliff Swain specifically, right? I mean, what can you not say great about him, right? I mean, he's one of the all-time great racquetball players. He's still giving back to the sport in the form of coaching and things like that, being sponsors for events like this. He also has a successful real estate business that a lot of people have taken advantage of. Another great shot
Me
from
included.
Longoria. That's good, right? So the tournament director knows personally. So, right, he has a lot of things going on, and we're just real appreciative for the time and energy and effort that Cliff Swain continues to give to this sport.
Yeah, and you know, speaking of time and Cliff Swain, he was spending time here at the tournament just about every day. I saw him over at the table just talking with people, and that's the thing about the racquetball community. You know, it's just like a racquetball family. And these pros step off the court and they'll talk to anybody, and they'll take pictures with anybody. It's just so great and gracious to see from these pros.
One of the great things we saw this weekend is we're always kind of looking for the next generation of racquetball players to come into it. Another great gets from these wonderful players. There were several young players here who were real excited to meet these pros. Just great get after great get here.
Oh!
You'd hate to see that, right? It end not on an incredible shot, right? But on a miss back here. But anyways, yeah, so the young players, we had a program that you had put together as the tournament director, and the kind of center spread of that is a lot of pictures of all these top pros. And so some of the young players were able to go around and get the autographs from all of these pros, you know, and each one of these pros were so appreciative to take time and to talk to these young players and to talk about how they were playing and how much they loved the sport and tell them how they got involved. So just wonderful, great energy, sportsmanship.
Wow.
And recruiting effectively. So you're absolutely right. Just wonderful players.
All right, so back to the racquetball action here. We've got Salas into the box, 4 serving 12. Longoria trying to wrap around as well. Scott into the back glass, and Longoria going to set up this one tight against that sidewall.
Yeah, there wasn't much anyone could do with that ball. Like, it just kind of nicked, but then it didn't actually kick out from the wall at all. It just kind of went directly down when it hit it.
So Longoria steps into the box now, 12 serving 4 with a half lob to the left. Scott goes to the ceiling. Salas on the right-hand side. Has to go to the ceiling as well. It's going to, oh, baby, set up for Lawrence. A little contact there, nothing called. Rubbing is racing. Lawrence, right-hand side, goes cross-court. Longoria into the back glass. Lawrence thinks about cutting it off, leaves it for Scott. Scott has a behind the back snag from Salas. Lawrence going to cut this one off. Longoria on it. Scott into the ceiling. Set up for Salas now. He's going to try to put Lawrence in the front court. Oh!
Wow. These rallies just keep getting better and better. Great shot after great shot, matched only by the great retrieving that keeps those rallies going.
The athleticism being displayed on this court is amazing.
Wonderful, great shots, great gets. The coverage, the court coverage from each player, you know, as they're going back and forth, they see where their partner is, and they know that they have to get to that open portion of the court that their opponent's probably going to hit it to. So, yeah, a lot of great things going on in this doubles match.
Oh! Lawrence had it on her racket.
He did.
Skipped it in. So now Scott into the box, 12 serving 4. And it looks like Scott had another racket issue. Another broken string. Looks like that was the last one in her bag. She's looking for a gearbox racket now. Paging Norm Escobar. Norm Escobar to the stringing machine. Norm Escobar. So as Hollis Scott looks around for another gearbox racket, well, take some time to go through some of the other sponsors that came in new. Norm Escobar being one of them. Yeah. Norm also stringing at the event. Corey Litchfield, local guy, plays out of this club. Had a really fun time. Interesting story. He says to me, Stuart, I'll sponsor, but for sponsor doubles, you need to pair me up with Paola Longoria. I'm like, dude, I don't do that. I just pick it out of a hat. Yeah. And sure enough, Longoria is picked as his partner.
Yeah. So now that you've basically admitting to somehow fixing,
I didn't fix the
freeze
thing.
the envelope like little Patrick Ewing.
I put a little tear in the corner.
Yeah.
To make sure that she picked. And I did a fun way to get the picks, right? I had a couple of pro names, and TJ, the tour commissioner, picked out the pro, and then the pro went and picked out the sponsor that they were going to play with.
And it was late in the draw, so in drawing out of the cups.
Yeah.
So maybe if it had been the very first one, we could give you a lot more for it, but a lot of pros had already been paired off. Yeah. But you're right. It was just kind of another funny thing that had occurred. I was having a good time dealing with the sponsored doubles. But yeah, so that was Corey.
And then we had Bill Penny, who was a sponsor for the event as well. Bill Penny and Carla Munoz exchanging commentary on reffing choices and reffing calls. So that was fun to see the interaction of the two of them talking about the rules and calls being made during rallies.
Good.
Daily Appraisal Services, Jim Daly Jr. Was a first-time sponsor. And he looked like he was just having a blast throughout the entire tournament. Just really loved having the tournament scene back. All right, Scott able to get a racket in hands. The game continues. Salas into the back glass. Scott gonna go to the ceiling. Gonna stay on Salas' side. He goes to the ceiling. Lawrence now. Just misses that one. Side out and Salas into the box, 4 serving 12. Lobs it to the right, Lawrence steps into it. Salas tracks it down to the back court. Shuffling of players on the court. Salas from the back off the back right glass. Comes cross. Doesn't put it away enough. Scott able to get a racket on it. Both Scott and Lawrence tracking that ball down. Miscommunication from the players results in a point for Salas Longoria. Salas into the box, 5 serving 12.
She asked for 2 of them on that.
Scott really trying to appeal this.
She's very emoting.
And there was 2 opportunities for one. Oh, call is overturned. Replay called. So it's 5 serving 12. Drives you to the right. Lawrence goes across to Longoria. Longoria fights it off. Scott steps into this one. Longoria slides over, looks back. Longoria okay with just a replay. Salas into the box, 5 serving 12. see Scott takes this one out of the air. Looks back. Penalty hinder awarded for that. Salas going to appeal this one. The call being a penalty hinder. 1 up, 1 down. Call stands.
Yeah, I mean, she's aggressively stepping forward to take it. The ball's obviously coming across the court. I mean, it is a Z-serve. So as long as she's not breaking that encroachment line, it's completely possible that Salas is directly in front of her.
Yeah, both receiving players have to have an opportunity to hit that ball. Longoria into the box, 6 serving 12. Half lob to the left. Scott steps in this one, brings down the left-hand side. Longoria into the ceiling. Scott tries to push this one away. Longoria leaves it off the back glass. Now hits it into the back glass. Lawrence tries to put this one away. Oh, another Lawrence sandwich. Point called. (7-12). Longoria into the box. Salas going to set up from backcourt. Oh, somehow just misses Lawrence. Lawrence saying she hit on the backswing.
Our ref saying that she didn't see it, but we are replaying that.
7 serving 12. Half lob to the left, Scott to the ceiling. Salas off the back glass. Sidewall, front wall. Salas into the back glass. Lawrence going to cut this one off. Longoria into the ceiling. Scott from the back left into the glass. Longoria from the back. Is going to bring this down from the top. Tries to, leaves it up. Scott takes her shot at it. Off the back wall again. Now set up for Lawrence. Salas gets to that one. Scott into the ceiling, reset things. Salas sets up, cross court. Scott gets to this one. Longoria into the back glass. Back wall setup for Scott. Able to grip, rip, and put that one sidewall, front wall.
Just kept shooting. Just kept shooting. Keep them moving, right? Keep the ball up in the air, playing. Eventually we may get something that we're perfectly lined up for to put away like that. Right, and the team, Longoria and Salas was applying pressure, was coming back, was pointing away, but Lawrence and Scott saying we're not going to fold under that pressure.
Another drive into Salas' backhand. Scott able to pepper that one into the front right corner.
Again, we saw a little bit of incidental contact as the players, jostled around each other, but the offensive player wasn't disadvantaged. She just stayed focused, stayed with that shot, and rolled it out.
Lawrence in the box now, 13 serving 7. Drive into Salas' backhand again. She fights this one off. Big back wall setup. Scott in the front. Salas has her racket on that one. Lawrence takes a shot. Salas gets to that one. This one wraps around. Lawrence trying to box Salas out to get to that one. Lawrence again. Oh! Scott and Lawrence talking some strategy on court positioning. Shot selection out here. Right before Scott steps into the box. 13 serving 7. Backhand drive. Z wraps to Longoria, who goes up. Scott goes up. Salas brings it down. Lawrence off the back glass.
Another broken ball.
Another broken ball on the court.
We had a lot of them this weekend, tournament director. I haven't been paying attention. I'm seeing a few broke. Sometimes it seems like there's a rash.
It seems to be. It comes in strings. It comes in strings of broken balls, depending on the match. It seems like one match might have multiple over and over, and then you'll go a number of games without having one. It hasn't been too many.
It's good to hear.
Longoria into the ceiling. Scott returns the ceiling ball with the ceiling ball. This one doesn't quite make the ceiling. It's going to be a setup for Lawrence. Cross Longoria into the back glass. Cross from Scott off the back glass for Salas. Scott there, ready to go. Oh my goodness. Replay going to be called. I mean, to me, there was no question, right? She had to go through Salas to get to that ball.
Well, and her partner had held up, right, also, so that she wasn't going to hit her. So.
Oh!
Man. That ball was about 3 centimeters from her glasses as it came by her.
Lawrence calls off Scott.
Yeah,
puts the ball down.
Don't start making the focus the ref, right? Sometimes you can get distracted disagreeing with the ref over and over again.
Salas Longoria appeals the good ball. Both line judges agree with the call. Call stands. First game point opportunity here for Lawrence Scott. And that'll do it.
Wow. We are going to a tie.
And the look on Lawrence's face, she's just pumped that they took that game and are able to push that tiebreaker. But players will take a break, and so we will be right back for some more tiebreaker action. It's been a tiebreaker weekend.
It really has been exciting.
Here at the 2022 Boston Open. All right, racquetball fans, welcome back to 2022 Boston Open here at the Wayside Athletic Club in Marlborough, Massachusetts. We got some tiebreaker action here, Tony.
If you'd have asked me before the match, I would have definitely put money on the tiebreaker. Only because this entire weekend, just even Friday, starting with the early rounds, every one of these LPRT matches felt like they went to a tiebreaker. Like, so just a really equal play across the board at all levels. It's been exciting.
And now that's you betting with your head. Me betting with my heart. I went to tiebreaker just for some more racquetball action.
Yeah. But as a tournament director, I understand that you're like, man, this is pushing the times.
Yeah, it definitely is a heartbreaker. You know, we unfortunately don't have a lot of facilities with a lot of courts. You know, we have 4 courts here at Wayside. And when we have the pros here, they took up at least 1, if not 2 courts.
Yes.
So, you know, this is 1 court being taken out of the queue of courts. Nice return from Lawrence there. Half lob from Longoria here. Scott's going to go up top. Push Salas back right corner. Not sure if Salas was trying for the ceiling, but that one's set up high for Lawrence. Longoria give it a try in the right corner. Scott able to get a racket on this. Little dance around the ball there. A flick from Lawrence. Scott with back glass. Salas all over that one. Another flick from Scott. Longoria from back right. Goes cross court. Lawrence able to get a racket on that. Longoria goes cross. Scott off the back wall. Right into that front right corner. Great shot from Scott.
And a fist pump from Lawrence. Amped up into this tiebreaker.
Lawrence stepping into the box now for a drive serve. Sticks with that jam. Tries to stick with the jam. Jams it into Scott. Lob on the right-hand side. Tight on the wall. Little room for Salas to work with. Longoria gets the replay hinder.
Skip there on her forehand. She's been pretty solid with this most of this match. You know, just a tiny timing, being off just a little bit will cause that. Wow, a great serve over there. Cracking out on the right wall. Jumps to clear to get out of the way for Longoria to take that shot, and then she's able to just flick it a little bit. A lot of wrist action there to get it to the front wall, and it died up there. We're at 2 serving 0.
Scott with the backhand drive. This one's going to wrap around. Longoria into the ceiling. Scott from the back left. Also to the ceiling. Longoria is going to take it off the back wall. Great patience from Longoria there.
Wow. Just flat in, flat out, all the way from the back wall. 39 feet. What an incredible shot from Longoria.
So now Salas into the box. 0 serving 2.
Ball kind of cracked out back here. Longoria is looking to say it was actually a court hinder because it was the grate that caused the crack and not just hitting it in the crack. So we're going to see what this discussion is going to end up with.
Yo sé que pega la lata. Para todos está haciendo hinder. Pegó aquí y se fue para abajo, se corrió para abajo. Yo sé que pegó la lata, pero no.
Sorry, Tony, I had to step away real quick about some tournament stuff. What is the conversation about here?
Okay, so the ball cracked out on the back wall here.
Okay.
Right? And Longoria is looking for a court hinder because she's saying, no, the grate is what caused it to crack out. Whereas our ref called it as, no, it was just a crack out. That would have happened no matter what this back wall was made out of. So that's the discussion we're at.
One up, one down on the appeal, so call stands.
Another great lesson from our professionals here. Even though Longoria disagreed with that, obviously, and was appealing it, as soon as the decision was made, she just moved on to the next point, right? She didn't continue to argue, right? She didn't want to fight and make her point over and over again. So, great professionalism from these athletes.
Lawrence in the ceiling. This will be a back wall setup for Salas. Goes in the ceiling as well. Scott returns the ceiling. Ceiling ball rally ensuing here. This one's going to come off the backlash for Lawrence. Salas going for that left corner. This one's going to check up for Scott. Not what Longoria was looking for. Lawrence tries the right side, off the side wall for Salas. Salas dancing around. Crushes the front left corner. Appeal from Scott Lawrence. 1 up, 1 down.
The line judges have just agreed to just disagree with each other continuously.
Crowd starting to wake back up into this one. A lot of I think it took a lot of steam out with the appeals from the crowd, but I think the crowd's starting to get back into this one.
It did a lot of talking, and so they're like, yeah, let's just get back into the action. And that's what we're getting for sure.
Lawrence with her hand up.
Yeah, she was looking for a screen. But, the referee not agreeing with her. So again, she kept playing good. Remember, you throw your hand up, right? You're telling the ref, hey, I think a hinder of some sort has occurred. The ref doesn't have to immediately give it to you, right? They can either agree or disagree with your position. So, as is appropriate, she kept playing, and then the rally ended as it did.
So Longoria into the box, 3 serving 2, lob to the left. Scott going to bring it down from up top, goes cross court with it. Salas has an answer for it. Scott not able to retrieve.
Yeah, a little too far back to get to that one.
Now Longoria Salas have a 4-2 lead here in the tiebreaker. That's only to 11. And as we know here in New England, games to 11 go by quick.
It's a world of difference being down, 6-3, in a game to 11 than in a game to 15. So.
Drive seat to the right. Salas to the back last Lawrence. Cut this off into the front left corner. Salas there for it. Scott able to fight this one off. Lawrence with the flick. Gets the hinder. Or screen. Not sure which one she was calling. Oh, Lawrence.
Wow.
Pummels that ball into the front right corner.
And you hear, again, the response from the crowd. Just an incredible shot.
I mean, I see the look on your face cringing from that shot. I think you were either feeling for the ball or the wall. But yeah, that was a stinger for both of them.
Both were abused.
So that's it. Matzovic was going for it again.
I think she's saying her partner confused her more than the fact that Salas was nearby.
Replay call. Lawrence 3-4. Drive round strap Salas forehand. Sidewall, front wall.
That's one of those odd ones, right? So it looks like we're getting an appeal because Longoria Salas is saying they thought it was 2 bounces. So the ref is saying, because I called the hinder prior to what was potentially 2 bounces, technically the 2 bounces didn't exist. You can't appeal something that didn't exist. right, is what she's saying. The other point was that you know, Lawrence, I don't know if she's going to do anything else with that ball, right? And sometimes the players feel that way. They're having to stretch, but just because another player is near them, they're like, oh, I think I was injured. And you're like, nothing was going to happen other than what did happen.
And there's the first approved appeal. Approved.
Yeah.
Is it approving if they both disagree?
Yeah.
I guess it's the first disagree of the call. Oh. Lawrence able to box Salas into the wall there. Salas is on the right hand side. Scott fights that one on the far left. Sidewall, front wall for the winner.
Another great shot. She's on her heels. She's, you know, leaning back. She's able to generate a lot of pace into that ball. And just nice pinch in the front left corner.
This one to Salas' backhand. Lawrence sets up. Longoria all over it. There again. Scott off the back wall. Oh. Skips right off the racket.
Four serving four. All tied up here in the tiebreaker. What else would we expect?
Salas stepping into the box. Drives right. Longoria to the ceiling. Scott to the ceiling. Salas off the back wall. There's a big sound from Longoria in the front court. Has to hurry up to get to it. Oh my goodness, shoots over her partner to Salas.
Complete confidence in her partner to not hit her.
Right side. Oh my! Oh my!
Come on.
What was that?
Okay, so don't try that at home. You might hurt something or somebody. Yeah, so what an incredible shot from shoulder height there. Reverse pinch with her backhand into the front right corner.
Longoria into the box, 4 serving 4. Scott to the ceiling. Salas sets up his inside side right wall. Salas into the back. Lawrence goes to cut this one front court. Longoria tries behind the back, unsuccessful. Lawrence down to the box, 5 serving 4.
That should be it. That was just a side out. So it's just going to still be 4 serving 4.
Oh, my apologies.
I get it. Wow.
I mean, I just thought that there was something more that happened from the Scott backhand.
Sometimes like it's easy to
force
lose
of time
track,
warp.
right? As the rallies go for so long, you're like, wait, who is serving?
Longoria steps into this one, so it doesn't go to Salas' backhand.
She probably should have let that go. Her partner had moved back into the center court really quickly, and I think was there to cover it. But you've been there. It's tough. The ball's coming directly at you. You just think, oh, I better hit this.
Into the ceiling goes Longoria. Scott sets up on the back wall. This one just dies off the back wall. Longoria going to take a timeout.
Oh, I thought she was calling YMCA for a minute, but you're right. It looked like a timeout.
Players will take a break, so we will be right back for some racquetball action here at the 2022 Boston Open. All right, racquetball fans, welcome back to the 2022 Boston Open here at Wayside Athletic Club in Marlborough, Massachusetts. You know, there's 2 more sponsors up on the wall that I want to thank. One of those being Peak Performance Factors Sports Psychology. And that's Joanne Pomodoro, none other than Joanne Pomodoro.
Local legend in New England.
Local legend,
Yeah.
a mainstay here. Big promoter for racquetball and women's racquetball in the East Boston and just New England in general. Does a lot for the sport, really, really good ambassador for the sport.
She is. Again, it's good to see her involved. Obviously, a lot of our athletes actually, get involved with her. Obviously, sports psychology. So they're like, yes, we want to not lose our cool. We want to be able to perform at our peak. And Joanne's the go-to person that we have up here in New England. So it's good to see that she is one of our sponsors again.
Lawrence went for it, decides to go to the back, sets up Salas. Scott tries to fight this one, does not. And then they tie it up at 5 serving 5. Right, Lawrence steps up into this. Longoria gets out of the way just barely. Lawrence not able to catch up to this ball, skips it in. Another point for Longoria Salas.
She was still recovering from ducking when the ball was already on top of her again, having rebounded off the back wall. So just a little bit behind what she needed to do with it.
Salas steps into the box, 6 serving 5. Little half lob to the right. Lawrence steps up to the receiving line. Longoria around the world. This one's going to check up for Scott. Front right to front wall. Into the back glass. Longoria now from the back. Tries to bring it down from up top. Skips it in.
She wanted all of that. She went for it. Just left it a little short that time. So she takes a minute to recenter herself. It's a 6 serving 5.
Longoria with a lob to the left. Nicks off the side wall. Scott to the ceiling. Salas sets up on the right side. Brings it down with authority. Sidewall, front wall for the win.
She's just been pounding those all day long. She's told you, I am not tired. You want to go to a tiebreaker? That's fine. We'll play 20 games if we need to.
Longoria into the box now, 7 serving 5. Lob to the left. Scott steps into this one. Salas off the back wall. Wraps it to the back on Scott's side. Salas into the ceiling. Scott into the ceiling. Salas off the back glass.
Wow. Just
ball's called good.
Flat
Scott
in.
Lawrence thinking, are we going to appeal? They decide not to. To your point, flat in.
Flat out. That ball didn't look like it moved anywhere.
Scott doing some damage of her own in the front right corner.
She did, with the fist pump, saying she's ready to stay in this match.
Lawrence into the box, 5 serving 8. She goes back to jam. Salas into the backhand. No, she goes with the drive seat. Salas into the back glass. Lawrence cuts this off.
Awkward exchange there. It looked like she wanted to flick it between her legs. She missed it. She then tried to recover to get it off the back wall, but then she was already behind the ball.
Lawrence steps in now, 6 serving 8. Drive, traps around Salas. Scott has a lot of court to shoot at. Was able to drive Longoria into the back left of the court.
Yeah.
Has the whole front left to shoot at. Is able to put the ball away.
If she had remained with her back to the sidewall, setting up for a forehand, Longoria could have been closer into her and may have been able to cover that. But because she turned around to take it with her backhand, she really pushed Longoria out of the play. Just with a nice, solid down the line, she won that rally.
Longoria just getting a racket on that one. Now Longoria in the front court. Scott getting to that one into the back glass. Salas sets up, tries to put it away. Scott gets that one. Salas trying to find an answer, and does in the front left corner.
Wow. She hit that from the back right corner to the front left corner, and it was never more than about an inch off the ground the entire time.
Used the entire court on that one.
Lots of pace.
Lawrence into the ceiling. It's going to be a back wall 7. This one's going to rack wraparound for Salas on the right-hand side. Scott is this, Longoria is going to take a shot at it now. Goes cross with it, nicks off the side wall. Scott not able to catch up to it. Last but not least, I want to thank Jolene Sullivan of Mrs. Elf Toys, newcomer to the sponsor scene, making her return to racquetball here. Had taken some time off from the sport, just getting back into it, and is really enjoying her time back on the court.
She is. She's excited. She's excited for the sport. She got to play with the pros, and then she also got to play against some of them in the open division, and it just had a great experience with it. And she's like, I definitely want to do this again. She set a bunch of personal goals for herself. She's like, you know what? This time next year, I'm definitely going to be competitive with all these. So she has come out of this as a big winner. Not just helping to bring them here, but personally having to interact with all these great pros and to what it's going to do to her game. So thank you, Jolene, for being one of our sponsors.
Salas into the box now, 8 serving 7.
Sticking with her backhand, right? She lets it come off the back wall. She moved all of those players over to the right side of the court, and that's a lot of open court for the #1 player in the world to have a shot at. So
Salas with the half lob to the right. Runs into the ceiling. Sets up Salas in the back of the court. Oh! Crushes a side wall, front wall shot there. First match point opportunity from Salas. Half lob to the right now. Lawrence takes this, wraps it around. Oh, that checks up. Lawrence able to recover. Oh, Scott not able to catch up to it. Wow. That'll do it. Longoria and Salas take it 15-13, 7-15, 11-7. Amazing display from Team Scott Lawrence there. Tony, what an amazing racquetball we've been watching all weekend.
Yeah, there's not one match that we watched that you could say, well, that was just kind of boring or kind of a letdown. All of them were going to tiebreakers. The play was high. Like sometimes even the score wasn't reflective of how great the play was, because you might see a bigger spread that might have been indicative of something that wasn't close. But it really was rally after rally after rally, and one player was just able to point out of the other one. But another great weekend from these pros.
Tony, always a pleasure to be in the booth here with you. That will do it for the LPRT matches here at the 2022 Boston Open. Still amateur matches to go, but some exciting stuff. Thank you for your time here in the booth.
Thank you, and I can't wait to see everybody that's listening to us here next year.
Back in the box.